What is up, everyone? We are here for Ring of Honor review. Is what it's called. The Ring of Honor show that just came on last Saturday. I put Saturday because I thought it was Friday. Turns out it was kind of Saturday because that's when they usually broadcast it. Sometimes on Sunday. You never know. Just whenever they want to, they just throw it on there because that's how Ring of Honor does it. Because they're that good. We got NWO representing Casey Casey representing the NWO over there with the black and white. So we've been trying to do Ring of Honor reviews forever. I feel like, and like every time we try to do them, we both can't watch the shows. Right? That's how it's been. Like before, I could watch the shows, and then I went somewhere else. I couldn't watch the shows. You could watch the shows. It was just weird, but definitely excited. We did the 13th anniversary review off the page and the video at some point. But we started off with a match. 1 hour show. It's kind of the perks of a 1 hour show. You don't get as many promos. You don't get as many just tedious promo segments and backstage stuff. We started out with the Addiction versus the House of Truth. I felt like it was really cool to see Jay Lethal and Jay Diesel in tag team action because you don't get to see Jay Lethal a lot in tag team action. You kind of just see him either in singles action or kind of defending his television title. And with Diesel, you don't get to see him a lot at all. You see him come out in the entrance, hold the Book of Truth, and that's about it from him. So it was cool to see him in action. I was excited. Plus Jay Lethal, my boy. Add him to the list. He's my boy. So it started, really technical. I felt like, Jay Lethal's kind of messing with Christopher Daniels. He says, I want the old guy, and I thought that was pretty funny. Daniels kind of changes the pace and tries to get to his style, but then that just doesn't really happen too well. He starts to get isolated. Diesel, is kind of used as a young boy a little bit. You can't. Diesel's supposed to be one of the best superstars in the company, so you can't really have him be isolated so much. It felt like so, and especially when you got Jay Diesel in there, you might as well do it with him. So it looked like he was kind of being like a young boy. I sound like I'm like from the decade or something, but he was kind of used as a young boy. So it's kind of cornered a little bit. Martini tries to get involved, but it just doesn't help. They went to commercial. It was all House of Truth after the commercial. Um, Suicide Dive that got missed by Lethal kind of got Kazarian in. But then Lethal and Diesel they start to work together again. And as Daniels is in the ring, I think he's going for the BME at this point. The KRD, just one of them is just like chilling on the turnbuckle. Like he was just sitting there. It was like he was smiling, but I can't remember if the mask was covering up his face. I think it's already a smile anyway. So he was just chilling there and off the distraction. Jay Lethal wins by a roll up. It was weird because the commentator said this was not the first time we've seen them in the ring, and I think it was though, right? Didn't we see them get involved in the Ring of Honor World Title match on Sunday? I guess it wasn't technically a Ring of Honor ring with all the rope differences and such, with all the technicalities. I guess it wasn't technically a Ring of Honor ring. But some stuff I liked in this match, or maybe didn't like. The suicide dive looked like it was too high when he tried to hit it on Jay Diesel. The extreme Alabama slam that Kazarian did looked pretty painful. I like that. The slingshot cutter by Kazarian was really nice. The back body drop elbow combination by Lethal and Diesel kind of showed they at least have some chemistry in the ring too, not only just being a faction together, just in the ring they have good chemistry too. So, any thoughts on the Addiction versus the House of Truth match?
I thought it was a good match. I felt like Kazarian and Daniels kind of outshone the House of Truth. Not saying that Lethal and Daniels or Lethal and Diesel aren't good. It's just that Kaz and Daniels are a better tag team. They've been a team for a lot longer. They've had that time to mesh. But I felt like when Jay Lethal was in the ring, he kind of was the highlight of the House of Truth in this match. When Jay Diesel was in there, it was good, but he was kind of the whipping boy. He was kind of the jobber in this match, I guess you would say. Making Kaz and Daniels look that much better, just because he was kind of, like you said, he was isolated. They used that to their advantage to isolate him because they could. He's kind of more of a rookie. So you can't really do that with Jay Lethal. So, but it was a good match. I'm excited to see what's going on with the KRD because they seem to, like they said in the pay-per-view, they've been coming out for the championship matches. So, or when champions are out there, obviously, Jay Lethal is the television champion. So it made sense for them to be out there for that. So I'm just kind of curious to see what's going on with that. Who's under the masks, everything like that. But it was a good match.
So next we got a top prospect tournament video package. I want to give you one of these matches, but I don't know which one to give you. Which one would you rather have, the tag team title match or the top prospect tournament match?
Let me look at my notes and see what I wrote more for. I'll take the top prospect tournament match.
All right, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Like you said, we had the video package. Basically a review of the prospect tournament so far, which has been really good. I like the top prospect tournament. So we get the top prospect finals, which was Donovan Dijak versus Will Ferrara. I didn't realize the actual size difference between the two until they were in this match. Holy crap. There's like a huge size difference between these two, which was kind of I felt like it made the match that much better. I liked Will Ferrara throughout the tournament, so I was excited. I wanted him to win, but Ferrara went right after Dijak in this match. He wasn't backing down at all. He didn't care about the size difference. He kind of reminded me of Rey Mysterio in this match, being the smaller underdog. But like I said, not backing down an inch. During the match, Brutal Bob Evans came out. He's an ROH trainer. If you're not used to Ring of Honor, he came out to kind of support the competitors, I guess. Also, Veda Scott and Stokely Hathaway came out. The Decade came out. It was kind of, I feel like it almost took away from the match to have so many people coming out to kind of, scout the new talent. But it was a really good match. I didn't write too much about the match just because it was a good match, but I was kind of upset that my boy Will Ferrara didn't win. And it kind of upset me because it reminded me, with the booking, it reminded me too much of WWE. The big guy always wins. The little guy doesn't. That was the only thing that I didn't like about this match, is they had Dijak win over Ferrara. But I'm sure we'll see both of them in, Ring of Honor down the line. But before, you want to talk about the match before I get to what after the match?
Yeah. I liked it. I love how Ferrara just kind of just went after Dijak. I thought that was cool. It kind of showed. They always talk about his heart, so it kind of showed how much heart he really had. Dijak kind of reminds me of Kenny Dykstra for some reason. I even looked it up because he even looks like him a little bit. They were just pretty similar. I was actually surprised that Will Ferrara was in this tournament because I was pretty sure he had a TV title shot, not too long ago, like a month ago or something like that. I'm pretty sure he on some of the tapings he had a TV title shot. So I was surprised that he was in the top prospect tournament, considering I felt like he had kind of already proven himself just a little bit. Um, yeah, kicks in this match sounded just painful. They sounded like they were hurting a lot. The springboard senton by Dijak, the athleticism of that guy is ridiculous for his size. And it's not like he's like a big guy. Like he's tall, and he's muscular, but he's like can fly around too, and it's pretty cool. The tornado DDT, every time Ferrara hits that, it's just beautiful. And also the springboard moonsault to the outside by Dijak. Yeah, it was good. The feast your eyes though when he hits that, man, it looks really good. I like it. It's a good finisher. Um, I'm excited for both of these guys actually, and everybody else that was in the top prospect tournament. Cause from what I'm hearing, it seems like everyone still gets a fair chance. The winner just gets the television title shot.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll see most of the guys that were in the top prospect tournament, eventually in Ring of Honor. But after the match, Veda Scott and a bunch of other people, Jimmy Jacobs, got in the ring and said something to Dijak, but Veda Scott was basically trying to, give Dijak their sales pitch, why you should, team with us, all that stuff. And then Truth Martini comes out and he gets up on the ring apron. The fans chant "Truth, Truth, Truth," but he slowly gets down. So it kind of, is there, like the announcers were saying, was he out there to, uh, try to scout him, or was he out there because he knows now that he gets a TV title shot, and he's kind of trying to protect his boy Jay Lethal, so that's gonna kind of play well into the storyline, I guess, to see what's going on, kind of get you excited to keep tuning in to see what's gonna happen. But I'm excited to see what's gonna go on with the newer guys in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I feel like it does. For especially half the way it moves, it doesn't hurt to have Veda Scott come out there and be the person to pitch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was good that they all of them were kind of supporting both guys too. I thought that was kind of cool. So speaking of the decade, because they were out there, we got the decade versus Red Dragon. The decade included Whitmer and Page. I'm going up against obviously Red Dragon for their tag team titles. First, I was like, does the decade really deserve a tag team title match? Like, we haven't really seen them in tag team action. I know Whitmer and Page have kind of been working together and been tight, but I was just wondering, logically, what makes them deserve the title match? Were you thinking that too, or what you just?
Uh, kind of. Um, I, but then again, that could just be our, we've been fed so much from WWE that you have to win, long tournaments to become number one contender. So, I, I don't know exactly because I haven't been paying attention that much until recently, storyline wise in Ring of Honor. I've just been more focused on the talent, because that's really, when it boils down to it, that's what matters is the talent. It doesn't really matter the storylines that much. But I was happy that they were in the match. I wasn't like, no, they don't deserve a tag team title shot. Screw them. I was happy that they were in the match. I didn't think going into it. I knew they weren't gonna win because it didn't make sense. But I was ready for a good match.
Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was a pretty good match. Um, I mean, it wasn't Young Bucks Red Dragon or anything, but it was still pretty good. Um, so the Decade attack from behind, and then Red Dragon, they kind of come back with different types of springboards and suicide dives and such. It's just ridiculous with his fluidity. Like, it is amazing how fluid that guy looks when he goes from move to move. Love fluidity in a superstar. It's really nice to see. Um, they were kind of keeping Page away from Whitmer, kind of that young boy thing I was talking about earlier. So, Page is kind of the young boy of the decade. He's kind of coming of age, I feel like. So I guess they were kind of, you can't. The veterans not going to pull it, it seems like. So, it was kind of cool to see them isolating Page. Whitmer uses the apron to his advantage. That gives the Decade a chance. O'Reilly starts hitting just ridiculous combos to get Fish in the match. And then Red Dragon used, the tag team experience to help them. They go for chasing the dragon. It gets reversed. That gives control back to the Decade. Page is caught with the triangle choke, which looks ridiculous. Anytime someone catches you into a submission hold, it looks ridiculous in a good way. And then he switches it off to the armbar for the win. So Red Dragon does get the win. A couple of spots, I guess, I took from this match. The double knee to the outside on Page really early on in the match, pretty much before the match even started. Whitmer, when he does that catching power slam, best in the business, man. It's beautiful. Like, it looks really good the way he does it. The capture suplex, the capture side suplex that Adam Page did, I thought that looked really good. And then the rolling armbar by O'Reilly, it's always nice to see. That, I don't know what to call it, but when Adam Page does that springboard flipping clothesline thing, oh man, I mean, it's just beautiful. I think this match kind of made the Decade look good as a tag team. I'll get to the post-match stuff, after you give your thoughts on what happened in the ring.
I like that the Decade attacked Fish and O'Reilly during their entrance. They weren't gonna wait, which shows the heel side of them. But I absolutely love Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly as a tag team. And I also love them in singles competition. They just make a really good team. Great control of Adam Page, like you were saying. Kind of keeping him from his corner. But I'm glad that the Decade started making a comeback after VJ Whitmer got O'Reilly caught in the ring skirt after. I think O'Reilly was trying to do a baseball slide, but he got him caught in the ring skirt. I like that. But I hate when it's a one-sided match, especially when it's a title match. So I'm glad they were able to kind of make that comeback. Whitmer completely took control and kind of set the pace, isolating O'Reilly, which I liked. He slowed it down, because we all know Red Dragon can, take a match and speed it up to their speed, and a lot of guys can't keep up. So it was good that he's a veteran, so he knows how to isolate and set the pace in a match, which I liked. I was glad that Red Dragon won, and what it made it even better was they won by submission. You hardly ever see winning by submission anymore. It's almost a forgotten win. You never, unless it's a specific submission match, which we don't even see much anymore. You don't really see that much submission wins. So that was exciting. But it was a good match. Like you said, it wasn't a Red Dragon Young Bucks match. Which is always just off the chart crazy. Super kick, super kick. But it was still a good match, you know.
Indeed, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was, it was pretty good. I don't know. I for some reason just not a big fan of tag team wrestling all the time for some reason. That maybe pushed it down a tad for me, but I still thought it was pretty good. Um, always always good to have that big match, at least one big match, in your arsenal. Always always good to see. So that's the Ring of Honor review, and overall I thought the show was pretty good. Top prospect tournament just it just once again shows you how much talent Ring of Honor has, and it's just ridiculous to think about. Any overall thoughts, Casey? Shout out to Justin for not showing up, falling asleep, and not
Justin, to you, buddy, to you. No, I'm just excited, to see what comes up of all these matches. I'm excited to see more, guys that we've seen come back or debut. I'm excited to see more of Samoa Joe, what they're going to do with him. Just it seems like a lot of the wrestling is getting better, not just in Ring of Honor, but even over in NXT. We're getting a lot of new guys coming back. I'm just excited for everything. Want more Ring of Honor. I want more NXT. I want less Raw. But yeah, good show. I'm excited for next week. I wish it was more than an hour, because you get so, especially with a show like Ring of Honor, you get so into it that hour goes by like that, and you're like, wait, no, there's got to be more.
I I also I think it's good that it's an hour though, because with more time to fill, you kind of have to put promos in there a little bit, and the hour shows kind of are one of those positive things. Even though they are short, you're like, but still, at least I get to maybe an hour and a half. Maybe just an extra half hour or something. Um, I'm excited about Ring of Honor. I love Ring of Honor. Watching it, I don't get to watch it as much anymore because it doesn't come on, where I usually stay. Being on spring break, I get to watch it this week though, so that was fun. I'm gonna still try to watch and do reviews on it because Ring of Honor is fun, and it brings a different dynamic to the channel, so it's always good. Justin, he's messaging me just now and said he fell asleep, and that's why he didn't get to watch Ring of Honor and be on the review. But maybe he'll watch it and put one up on his channel. If you don't know his channel, Juggernaut097, pretty sure. So check it out if you'd like. Thank you guys for coming by. You want my Ring of Honor reviews? Give it a like and comment and be like, I want my Ring of Honor reviews, man. Do that. So see you guys later.